What is up, guys? It's been a while since I did a video, but it's pretty freaking sunny outside, so give a little update on what I got going on here. So the A3, well, my A3, the cooling fan stopped working, so the engine started overheating and whatnot. So just working on this today. Had to remove the battery and the charge pipes and the dual fan setup. Also replacing it with a new turbo. So I have a new turbo right here that I am installing. And the new fans are actually already installed. These are the old faulty fans right here. Hunks of junk. I have the new ones installed already on here. Has a whole new wiring harness. It looks good. I guess I haven't really done like any shop updates lately. I've just been grinding away. New turbos right here. Got some Axis Audi loaded up. Drinking some sugar-free NOS. Some good stuff. Also installed the old surround sound setup from Florida right here. Have the receiver. Good old Pioneer. I have a speaker that's up there, as well as up here as well. It's a little messy. I'm actually enrolled in welding school. Here's some old crap. This is some MIG, uphill and downhill if I recall. Some filler. Been going at it with that. Shop is a little dirty. Yeah, I gotta clean it up a little bit. Just been super busy. I got the S3 right here. Chevelle's still sitting here. I actually did go ahead and sell the EF hatch, so that is now sold. Oh, I'm dirty. A little bit dirty. So that is all sold. I don't have that anymore. I still have the EK Civic. I actually brought that back to the property, so that's all tarped and covered, as well as the Camaro that I brought that there as well. The shop was just getting too crowded. So, and I work on a lot of customer cars, and I'm actually installing a lift pretty soon. I'd like to get it installed right here and have another one right in between where the S3 and Chevelle is, like right in the middle here, or even a 4-post. That'd be pretty nice. I have my new TIG welder right here. This thing's a fucking beast. It's a 250EX Everlast with a water cooler setup. This thing is a unit. Can't wait to put this to work. I'm in TIG welding class right now, and I feel like I'm killing it. My teacher said my welds are pretty nice. So I got my own unit, so I'm going to start doing some custom stuff pretty soon here. I just have to get the plug for this and a 240 outlet installed into the breaker box right here. I do need to clean up this whole area right here. Got the old seats, got the transmission right here, got the 454, got a subframe Integra Type R GSR DC2 subframe that I'm doing for a K-swap for the EK. Got the other subframes. I got 3 engines sitting here, transmission. I got to go through all of this. It's a mess. I'd like to start keeping up on doing more videos, but with life right now, it's just pretty busy. I'm working full-time at Audi, and I'm in welding school, doing customer cars. I mean, I can start doing videos on customer cars, I guess. The office right here looks pretty much as it usually does. Right here's the D16Y8. I had the head removed and everything like that. Engine's getting built. I have to go through this toolbox. I gotta Go through all my tuning stuff, my EFI Live. I got my Cobb Access port in there. But yeah, this is where I'm at right now. So you gotta remove the charge pipes down in here. The turbo's back in here. I actually have to go to Audi and grab some tools that I forgot so I can remove the turbo. But yeah, the A3 had low boost faults. So the car has 180,000 miles. Timing has been done twice if I recall. Otherwise it's a unit. It just keeps on ticking. I love it. It's a nice daily. I also have the TDI. I might be doing a video on that as well. So I'd like to get the TDI going. The fans actually just went out in the TDI. So go ahead and replace those. Literally what I'm doing right here. I could literally take this fan setup, take them out of the TDI and put these right back in. They're the same year. This is a 2012 A3. The TDI is a 2013, but same platform. But yeah, I'm gonna get grinding and I'll keep you updated. What's up, guys? Still working at it on the A3 here, wrenching away. Right now I'm removing the downpipe. Right now I let everything sit overnight with some deep creep, so I think that's gonna help quite well. Right here's some of the deep creep. This stuff looks pretty good. I like it, so give that a whirl. I am removing the axle right here, so I had to lower the wheel and crack the 24 mil socket on the axle nut loose. Sorry, I can't really think right now. I drank some freaking pre-workout, so I'm all energized to all hell. I'm fucking cracked right now. It's a beautiful day outside in Weatherford, Texas. It's looking pretty good. Super nice outside. Yeah. Quick Jack is still working. I've had the Quick Jack for 3 years. It's made me tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars. It's slowly starting to leak out of some of the fittings, so I'm gonna have to redo everything on here. But yeah, I'm gonna keep cracking away on here, and yeah, I'll get back to you guys. What's up? So far I got the downpipe all out, and the drive shaft is shifted to the side. Here's the exhaust. Here's what it looks like underneath the vehicle. I'll give you a crawl underneath. So this is what it looks like. So I got the drive shaft bolts removed. Got the downpipe removed as well. See if we can get some light in there. And you can get more access to the turbo up in here. With the exhaust removed, it helps out quite a bit. Yeah, working on the ground sucks. I cannot wait to get my lift in here. It'll be so much more nicer. But yeah, the next step is removing this axle right here. Whoa. Next step is removing this axle right here, so I can get to the drain feed lines that are up here. If I can get it to focus. Yeah, I guess it doesn't want to focus. That's alright. What is up? So I've been kind of slacking. Some things came up and super busy. Still working on the A3. This video is kind of scattered out, but I got the fans replaced. I got the old turbo out. What else do I got? I swapped out the PCV with a used one that I recall is good. I have the new turbo in the vehicle. Just have to put the exhaust and a bunch of other goodies back in. yeah, so it's Sunday now, so I'm finally relaxing. Well, relaxing for me is working on this thing. It's Sunday, May 11th. I got some tools I gotta grab out of the truck. I have the Volkswagen I trailered here today. Check this thing out. So the plan with the Volkswagen is, so it's a TDI, it's a diesel, runs great, amazing. However, it has EGR DPF issues, and I'm not going to buy new cats and spend thousands on shit I do not need. So I'm buying a tune. I'm going to actually cut a hole in the hood. Let's see if this is even unlocked. It's locked right now, but I plan on cutting a hole in the hood and having a dump go out. So I'll be rolling coal out the hood with a turbo dump out the hood. Got to grab some tools out the truck. The truck is a complete mess right now. Got a bunch of tools in here, welding stuff. I got to grab my tools. Actually, it's in that box over there. So I'll get back to you guys once I start piecing together the A3 again. What is up, guys? So I got the exhaust in, I got the turbo in, I got the lines routed, I got the heat shield on, coolant line hooked up. Removed the battery tray. I kept dropping the same fucking bolt over and over again. It was super fucking annoying. Got some Ultra to help the pain. Everything is put back together pretty much, especially underneath. So what I recommend if you want to do a turbo swap on an A3 8P turbo upgrade, so the first step I would do is loosen up the drive shaft and the dog bone mount. Remove the 2 bolts right there for the dog bone, and then the engine can rock forward. Then remove the passenger front axle, which is right here. I still have to put it back in. And when you remove the passenger front axle, it gives you a lot more room and clearance up in here to the turbo. And you can get to the feed lines a lot easier to remove some shit. A lot more room. And then once you remove the axle, you can remove the 3 bolts to the drive shaft, and you can actually rock the engine forward once the dog bone mount is removed. And you can just you don't have to remove the whole drive shaft. You can literally just rock it to the right, the drive shaft, and they can undo the downpipe and pull out the whole exhaust from the 13 mil exhaust bracket from halfway up to the downpipe. You can just literally remove the whole downpipe. It's not a bad job, it's just time consuming. I mean, I do these every day at Audi. It's not too bad. Get this thing running. Get this thing out of the shop. My face is probably dirty as shit. Oh yeah. But yeah, it's not a bad job. Just bump into some music. You just gotta drink some beer and keep on keeping on. I got everything back together on the fucking shit box. Cranks over just fine. But there is one issue though. So it runs fine, no issues. Until it gets hot. Then there is an issue with the car. The fans work and everything once I turn on the AC and once the car gets up to temp. However, I think the thermostat's faulty, so when the car started overheating, because there's no smoke coming out the exhaust or anything like that, so I don't think it's a head gasket issue. So the main problem, what happened was I was on the highway driving, the main engine cooling fan died out and caused the engine to overheat, and pulled over on the side of the road, and my wife picked me up in the Cummins, which is right outside here. parked right outside there and picked me up. Parked it at the shop, ordered a new turbo because the turbo is actually faulty as well, and the car's been low boost for a while. So put the new turbo in there, and the vehicle is still overheating, so I think the thermostat failed as well from the car getting too hot with the water pump. Luckily I do have a replacement thermostat and water pump right here that came off of another engine. This is actually the same engine that's actually in that car, but this engine actually blew up. I'd have to pull it apart to see what actually happened. So I'm just gonna swap a known good part with that one, see if that fixes the issue that I'm having. This is actually the same engine too, but I don't have another thermostat water pump on that one. So yeah, I want to possibly do this next week when I'm off of work and go from there. But yeah, that's where I'm at with this thing, and I'll see you guys later. Here it is, back with the A3. It is up and running, no more issues at all. After I did get the turbo in, the brand new turbo, the vehicle actually was still overheating, and I got kind of confused because normally Audis have a fault when you overheat, something electrical, like the thermostat or water pump going out, like what I have over here. This is the old turbo, got sitting right there. So this is from another spare engine that I have right here. So this is the thermostat and water pump assembly that's exactly in that car. So I'm like, well, shit, the thermostat or water pump must be faulty, so I'll just take it from this engine, and I have extra gaskets and stuff, and I'll just swap it over to that car. But so I removed the throttle body, all the intercooler piping and all that to get to the thermostat and water pump. And I've done hundreds of thermostats and water pumps, and this is the first time I've ever seen it. The water pump belt snapped, which is pretty crazy. I haven't seen that in a very long time. So put the new belt on there. Everything is in working order. Car makes turbo noises now. The vehicle no longer overheats. It's sitting right at temperature, right in the middle. Here's what the intake sounds like now. Sounds pretty good. Sounds nice and healthy. But yeah, everything's looking good over here. Did run into an issue with my S3 now. I have an EQT brushless pump, intake pump, back in there. And it's starting to whine really loud, and at idle, the car is actually reading, what was it reading again? A duty cycle of 51% at idle, which is definitely not good. And when I'm at half throttle doing a pull, I'm at 84% duty cycle, which before I was at 71% wide open throttle running 10-second passes. So that's definitely not okay. So I'll get that figured out, see what's going on with the S3 now. But yeah, the next car that I'm working on after I get this out of here will be my TDI. Gonna do a hood dump. I already have the tune that's in the shop, and I put some new brakes on my truck. Got some new calipers up front. I've had the drilled and slotted rotors on there for a while now, but new calipers up front. Also, new calipers in the rear. Looking mean. Looking good. There was a storm last night. It was getting pretty scary. But yeah, this is my TDI tune. It's my tuner. I'm not going to disclose it yet because it deletes and stuff. Can't really talk about it, but yeah, I got Alien Tech deleter here, so I'm going to be rolling coal out the hood. It's going to be pretty nice. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this video. This video may be scattered all over the place because I've been working on this car for 2 weeks. Still driving it out and working on other projects that have been coming in, and yeah, I've just been super busy. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, and I'll try to do more videos. What's up? Today I'll be doing brakes on a 2019 S4 today. So I'll be doing a little video on how to do that. This is the car. I actually did a coolant migration on here. New PCV. Did a bunch on here. Yep, new PCV. New oil filter housing that was leaking. Water pump, thermostat. Did a bunch on here. Had the whole front end off. But yeah, we're going to be doing brakes. Looks like the brakes have quite a bit of wear on the fronts. Some wear on the rears. You can actually feel the lip in there. Getting pretty low down there. But yeah, I'm going to show how to retract the rear brakes. You can use OBD11 like this. You can use it on your app, but I believe they make you pay credits. But right here, so on this scan tool, I do electronic parking brake, then go to Europe, then click Audi, hit OK, do automatic detection, do OK. This scan tool is an X-Tool D7. It's bi-directional. It does a lot of stuff. It doesn't do any key codings or anything like that. It's just strict, nice scan tool. I've had this for about 3 years, and it's honestly never let me down. Initializing. So then you hit replace the brake pads. And then that's what the menu looks like right there. So you want to hit 1. Then OK. You can actually hear the rear brakes retracting. It's an electronic parking brake, so you cannot retract the brakes. I mean, you can, but you're going to break the caliper piston. But you have to release the parking brake inside the caliper in order to retract it like a normal caliper up front would be, in order to replace the pads and rotors. So it says the brake pad is completely released. Everything's good to go. So all I do is just I'll hit cancel and a test, and then I'll just back out of here, and then I'll show you what to do when I'm done. You literally just turn off the ignition then and just go about replacing your brakes. I'll get back to you guys once I raise the vehicle up and take the wheels off. I got the wheels off the vehicle right now. Have it up in the air on the quick jack. So the first step that we did was retract the rear brake calipers with the scan tool. So everything's pretty much simple now. You can literally grab something small like this, like a little small pry bar, and you should be able to pry it open. Just like that. Just be careful so you don't smash your finger when you pry this onto the rotor. So that's completely retracted. Once you remove the caliper, you still have to retract it more with a retractor tool. Do this side as well. Just grab it up on that lip right here. Just pry a little bit. You just don't want to slip off that lip and smash your hand into there. I've done it, I don't know, 100 times. So this one's fully retracted. Look at all that gap. Yeah, so there's that right there. You can do the same to the fronts too. I already cracked the brake fluid reservoir, master cylinder cap loose, so the fluid can compress out. You can do it to the fronts as well. If you get fluid coming out the master cylinder cap, don't stress, that's normal. You can just top it off. I'm doing a brake flush on here once I'm done as well. That's why I have the brake flush tool. You fill that up with fluid, and then you crack that loose, and then you connect this bleeder to the nipple on the caliper, and it'll suck it out. Yep, you can just do it on this side too. Just pry it a little bit open so you can fish the caliper out. Yeah, and then back here you have 221s that will remove the caliper itself. It's a floating caliper. And you also have a brake pad sensor in there as well. Right there. You have to remove that as well. So I'm going to do the rears first. I like doing the rears. You'll need a 13. And then you have to have another wrench right here to hold that while you unscrew the 13 in here on both sides, and this will just swing out. I'll get back to you when that's done. So I got the driver's rear rotor removed. So I actually ground it down. So I use my little air tool right here. It has a little bristle brush at the end, and it makes it all nice and brand new again because a bunch of rust builds up on here. Then I spray it down with some silicone spray like what I have right here. And then yeah, that's pretty much about it. You just have to retract that down a little bit further to fit the new pads once you get the rotor and then the bracket on. Also, stickers come onto the new rotors. I just grab a rag and like some fingernail polish remover, and I'll clean that up real good. Then also on the caliper slides right here, I use some lithium grease. Just rub my finger on the pin, pull that out, re-lube it back up, and we'll retract nice like it should. And you do the same exact thing for the passenger rear, and I'll get back to you once I get both the rears on. And yeah, we'll hop to the fronts. I got the passenger front removed. You just have to take out the T30 that comes in here, and I sanded this back down and knocked off the rotor. There's two triple squares that lock in the metal bracket that's in the rear. Those are what the triple squares look like. Just like that. And the triple square is, I think it's a T10 if I recall. Yeah, it's a T10. You need a stubby ratchet. I have it on my Mako stubby right here. Yeah, give that a whirl, and then you just move the bracket out of the way, and then I use a pry bar to pop out that side for the pads that I put down there. And there's these little metal brackets that are actually sitting up in here, and then in here and here. There's 4 of them. Pry those out, then you just have to reseat these back in, snap the new pads in there, then install in reverse order, and should be good to go. And do the same on the driver's front. Should be no issues with that. Heck yeah.